This is Ann Holmes with No Sewing Until You Quilt It. I'm going to demonstrate making the quilt sandwich using spray based. I use 505 spray based, and for a big project like this, we're going to be basting 1/3 of a king size quilt. I'm going to wear a dust mask, and we open the sliding glass door so that we do have some fresh air. To prepare the backing for spray based, I'm only doing 1/3 of the king size quilt. We ironed it using magic sizing on the right side of the fabric so that when we're machine quilting it will glide a little easier. And then we used blue painter's tape around the outside of the edges to anchor it to the table so it won't move. To prepare the batting, this is a new batting that I'm using. It is 50% cotton and 50% bamboo, and it feels so nice. I squirted it a little bit with some water and then put it in the dryer for 15 minutes to shake the wrinkles out. And then I folded it in half and then in half again. And since I'm trying to do this by myself, then I folded it in this first quarter. And so the nice thing about this basting, spray based, is you can reposition it if you have to. So I just put this down in like this quarter, and then I'm going to unfold that. And I could pick it up and scoot it this way a little bit. Maybe I should just leave it there. I'm afraid I'm going to pull it up too much. Okay. And now I can just fold this section down and use my hands to smooth it out. And now I'm going to fold the bottom half down. And we're just going to let the back and the batting just drape down. We don't have any spray based on that, but we'll get that after we finish this part at the top, and then we'll reposition the whole thing. I think what I can do is just pick this up a little bit and move it over. I may have to tape this down again a little bit. So just reposition this. It's easier if you have a second pair of hands. Well, that's the way it's going to be. It's going to be okay. Because I have my backing and my batting cut wider than my top. So I'm going to be okay. Okay, this is the top, and this is the back of the top. With our French fuse as the foundation, you can see there are no loose threads. Everything is nice and flat, which will make this very easy for positioning on our batting. Again, I folded the top first in half, and then in half again, and I'm going to go ahead and fold it into the quarter mark too. That'll make it easier for one person to lay it down. Okay, I've marked the center of the batting and the backing. My quilt top is about 36 inches wide, and the batting and the back was cut like at 42, so I should have a few inches overlap. So I'm just going to place this down. I've got plenty of length. I'm just going to try to center this approximately. Let me scoot it over just a little maybe. Okay, and then fold this over. And see how nice it lays down? Let's see here. I may have, oh, I have to lift this up a little bit. It's okay. It's easier if you have a second pair of hands, but I'm just going to run my hand there to smooth it out. This piece has always bugged me. I don't like that. I'm going to replace it with a different fabric choice, and I want to show you how easy it is to edit your work. Even after we've made our quilt sandwich, we can just gently pull this piece out because there's no sewing in it yet. You see they're all turned edges. So we just gently pull that piece out. So before I pulled this piece out, I did use clear tracing paper. All it is a piece of plastic. You can take a clear plastic sandwich bag or whatever and just use a magic marker to make the shape of the pattern that you want to replace. And then on a white surface, I just put this down. And with a piece of freezer paper, I was able to trace that to make a new pattern piece. We've made a new pattern piece, adding seam allowances with my magic button. And so it looks like this one goes under. See, that's a turned edge. It gets stuck under there, and then this edge. So it only looks like these two edges have to be turned. So I'm going to turn this edge and that edge. So I use glue stick. I have the freezer paper facing me, and then I turn it under, just making little pinching things. The glue stick makes it tacky, so it will form a nice crease. And then I finger press, keep everything nice and crisp. So that's one edge. This one has to be turned here. See, the paper rules, so I want to be able to see that edge. So finger press. All right, so now let's check. See, this is going to be slid under there and here. So I'm going to put glue stick on these exposed edges, and then I'm also going to put the second gluing on this turned edge. So all the pieces are interlocked. So there's a nice gluing there, and then I'm going to also put glue on the already turned back seam allowance. So this slides under here. Just pull that up a little bit. It slides under there. Comes down here. Scoot that back this way just a bit. And just like that. Scoot it out this way just a bit. So there you go. That's pretty good. Now I'm going to use my big iron and iron it down. And I'm going to get my sower stiletto. to lift the pattern piece off. There, I like that better. So what I also do is with a big iron, go ahead and press these 3 layers together. I don't iron because they are loose pieces. Remember, they're turned edges, but you do a pressing motion. Just kind of be methodical and go over the whole quilt. I'll do this side, then I'll go to the other side of the table and work. This is my technique, no sewing until you quilt it. We've just been demonstrating making a sandwich. This is a 1/3 of a king-size quilt. And my table wasn't quite long enough for the 96 inches length of this quilt. So we scooted this up, and you can see where we, now we have to spray baste the lower half of this quilt. And see, when I pull it back, you can see where it stops, because that's where the spray basted ended. So we'll just pull these layers back, and we've already anchored the backing again, so that doesn't move around. And now we'll spray baste these layers and put them down again. Thank you for joining us.